What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Walgreens exclusive Dragon Armored Black Ranger. And so here we have the Black Ranger pose and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Black Ranger does come with two different head sculpts. He comes with an unmasked head, which looks really nice. Doesn't look much like the actor, but it's good enough. And then he does come with a helmeted head. Black Ranger also does come with four hands. We have a pair of grip hands, which do fit on really nicely. We have a fist hand for his right hand. And then we also do have a flat palm for his left hand. Black Ranger also does come with his power axe, which looks really good. He can hold it in blaster form or in axe form. And then we also do get an effect for the power axe. Finally, we do get the blade blaster, which does fit in either of his grip hands and does fit into the side holster. Other than that, Black Ranger doesn't come with anything else. So let's actually take a closer look at the armored Black Ranger. And so here we have a closer look at the Armored Black Ranger. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that it does appear like he doesn't have a neck. Now, you can alleviate that by pushing the dragon shield down a little bit, but the neck is relatively short, and that's just because of the way it connects into the head. The ball joint is sunken really low into the head, so it doesn't really appear to have a neck. You can alleviate that by leaving the head a little bit up or with some cotton, but for the meantime, I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, the helmet on Black Ranger does look really nice. You can see the mastodon is painted fairly well. I do have a little bit of paint error right there at the tusk, and then other than that, it's just a really tiny paint error. The line work right here could be just a little bit better, but overall, it's really clean and crisp. Now, I do have an issue where mine does have a dent in it. I have no idea where that dent came from, probably from the packaging. I'm probably going to have to heat that up for a little bit. Hopefully it goes back to its original shape. But the helmet is really done nicely. Really do love the dragon shield right here, although I would have liked to see a much more vibrant gold. It's a pretty acceptable plastic gold, but I would have liked to see something more golden, like the way it was on the Legacy collection. As you can see, he does have the diamonds underneath that, and this is just like the White Ranger, where it's a soft, pliable plastic, so it does get out of the way if you needed to. And the diamonds are painted nicely inside there and on the back. Although you can see a difference between the plastic white and the painted white. He does have the arm guards for the dragon shield, which they're painted gold, and it's similar enough that you can't tell them apart, but there are different, more vibrant golds they could have done. Really do like the way the gloves are. You can see they do have the cuffs up here, going all the way down. The diamonds are painted cleanly. We do have some texturing right here on the knuckle of the gloves, which is accurate to the show. He does have essentially the same body as the White Ranger that we've had a look at in the past, but it's just molded in black plastic. We do have a different belt right here. As you can see, it's the mastodon. Not the best, but you can kind of make that out that it is the mastodon. And it does have the accurate colors for the morpher. Blade blaster, of course, right here in his holster. Would have liked to see a blade blaster that's folded up, but that's basically what we've gotten with all the Rangers so far. Going down to his legs, one thing I do appreciate is that this actually does look like somebody in a suit. The boots look really nice. You can see they do have the diamonds, which are a little bit skewed, but it's to be expected. They can't get it 100% of the time. So this leg is obviously painted much better than this leg. You can see there is a bit of error on mine, but it's perfectly okay. It's not that big of a deal. So overall, really like the detailing on Black Ranger here. So what we're going to do now is actually get them compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we do have the Black Ranger posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Black Ranger posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have the Black Ranger posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have the Black Ranger pose next to the Legacy Collection Mighty Morphin Black Ranger and the Legacy Collection Movie Black Ranger. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at his articulation. He does have a ball joint in the head, which does let him look up and down slightly. We don't really get too much head tilt, but it is there. He does swivel left and right. We do have a hinge in the neck, which does let him look down to about that far. Can look up about that far again. The head is seated really low on that ball joint, so it does hinder articulation. We do have a butterfly joint in the arm, which does go back and forward quite a bit. Arms do go out to the side all the way. Do a full 360, not at all hindered by the armor, and that's because this is a softer plastic. We have a bicep swivel, which works fine. Double bend in the elbow, going more than 90, which I do like that. A swivel and hinge in the wrist. Works no problem. We have a ball joint in the torso, which does lean to the side, to the other side, does go back and forward. Then we have a reverse ab crunch right here, which allows for a lot of movement. You can see he leans back really far, crunches really far forward, so I do like that. Ball jointed hips, which do kick out only to about there, go back and out only to about there. I want to say they went further on White Ranger, but I'll double check that. We have a swivel at the thigh, double bend in the knee, kind of tight, but works fine. Swivel at the boot, no problem there. Hinge in the ankle with tough detents, they do kick back and forward. And then really generous forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, really great articulation here on the Black Ranger. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Lightning Collection Black Ranger pose for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like the way this figure came out. I am a little bit surprised that Hasbro made the armored Black Ranger for the public faster than they made the Red Ranger. I know that the Red Ranger is a Comic-Con exclusive figure, but seeing the Black Ranger with the armor is a nice touch. Even though this is a Walgreens exclusive, I didn't have a hard time finding this figure. I found him relatively easy. I went into one Walgreens looking for him, and he was actually on the shelf, so I have no complaints on how hard he was to come by, which is a really good thing if you're trying to complete your Mighty Morphin Power Ranger collection like I am. Even though the Lightning collection is full of great figures, me personally, I'm only after the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because that's what I grew up watching, and I'll probably collect the Zeo Rangers if they decide to make those. So the Black Ranger here is exclusive to Walgreens, so if you are looking for him, check your Walgreens. Like I said, I didn't have a hard time finding him. You might, depending on your area, but that's really up to how the stores distribute figures. If you're a fan of the Black Ranger, you're going to want to have this guy in your collection. And with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Power Ranger videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.